BMW invited a select group of journalists, including BimmerFile recently, to Munich to go hands-on with the new A-Class, the all-new vision or concept that BMW has put out that really is giving us a glimpse at the next generation 3 Series and, in a sense, a completely new generation of products by BMW. It's all electric, and in a really sigh of relief for many of us, it's a return to form in terms of the proportion and a lot of the ideals in terms of design that we've seen in the 1970s and 80s with the E21 and the E30 and even elements of other early generations. This is a car that in a lot of ways gets us excited about what electrification means for the brand. Sure, there's no manual transmission anymore, the sound of an inline six is gone, but things have to move on, and if they do, why not do it with a nod to the past in terms of design, and I think also importantly in terms of driving philosophy. Now, we haven't driven the car, and we won't for a very long time, but there's many things that point to something that really appears to be a more driver-centric experience. One of them is the in-car experience. That experience is dominated by a center-located LCD. It is a very, very high refresh rate, high definition LCD that's canted towards the driver. That is coupled with what BMW calls Panoramic Vision, which is a thin strip of heads-up display that's on a black background in the bottom of the screen, windshield, I should say. That is where things get really exciting. When you combine those two with the third optional 3D heads-up display, which actually creates an augmented view of reality outside of your windshield, you get something that is entirely different from what we've seen out there. And in a sense, this is the new iDrive. So what does it look like, and how does it actually feel to sit in the car and operate it, so to speak? The car that we sat in and experienced was not fully finalized, of course, but we were told this is essentially an early version of the software. And what I can tell you from that experience is it is a revelation. It is what you would expect. When you look at these pictures, you think it would be amazing. It is. What's fascinating about it is actually seeing that thin layer, that thin strip. It doesn't impede your vision outside of the windshield. It enhances, of course, your functionality and content in the center screen, but I could imagine you finding yourself looking at that center screen almost never while you're driving. You can monitor all various functionality, whether it be entertainment, whether it be navigation, whether it be, of course, speed and other, sort of functionality around autonomous driving. And it's all contained inside of that panoramic vision. On top of that, of course, you also have that, what they call 3D, but in a sense is a augmented reality HUD or heads-up display. When you combine all of that, you get a very, very different experience. You get one that isn't about a giant screen that you're continuously consumed by. It really puts, in a lot of ways, eyes back on the road and the experience of driving front and center, at least theoretically. A couple of things that we found absolutely amazing about this. For one, it's just a piece of glass. There's nothing else in the glass. It's simply 3 HD projectors. To move those experiences onto the panoramic vision, you simply grab and sort of drag it into the panoramic vision from the center screen. It is a revelation when you use it, and it's something that I can see is clearly going to be adopted by other manufacturers or at least mimicked. It's one of those things that feels like, why haven't we thought of this before? So that's a very, very early look at the new BMW iDrive and the BMW Panoramic Vision and the BMW 3D heads-up display. We're going to be showing a lot more about this new system and a lot more about the new car, the new A-Class, and other new BMWs on BimmerFile. So if you like this video, please give us a like, subscribe. We're going to be on this for quite a while as BMW ramps up to really completely reimagine and reinvent their entire lineup. And as we can see here, it really starts almost from the driver's perspective.